we finally got Zero Assault on the show. With that out of the way, let's get started with episode 6 of Storytime with the underdog himself, Zero Assault.
Ladies and gentlemen, fans and subscribers alike, it's now time, once again, for Story Time with Miles Burger.
Welcome to Storytime, episode 6, and yes, we don't have to delay this episode once again. Today we have, in my opinion, the underdog of PGW. He is improving too, and yes, he's a real man. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Zero Assault. Zero Assault, how are you doing?
Well, I mean, I could be better.
That's good.
I'm in pain from fucking Anubis.
Why? How did that feel?
I mean, the fact that I got a title thrown at me and I was confused, and then I got I'm pretty sure a leather belt whipped at me almost like 6 times, and these.
Do you really enjoy working with Chris as Anubis?
I mean, I'm still trying to get used to working with him, because some people I'm not a big fan working with, like Cryptic and at the time Diablo, but I'm still trying to get used to working with other people.
Well, who do you work most well with?
Well, first it goes to Beers / Leatherface. I also worked okay, maybe. I wouldn't consider it that good, but working with Maniac was decent, because
They weren't that bad. I actually enjoy them.
Yeah, they were decent. To be honest, those are the two I personally think I work with the best.
Well, is there anyone around that you still wish you could work with, or like if they were still around, you wish you could have worked with?
I mean, I'll admit I do kind of want to work with Akumu a little bit, because I'm trying to.
Well, you guys had that one match. I thought it was actually not that bad.
Yeah, it was cold. My hand hurt, but yeah, that's the only thing that sucks about wrestling in cold hands, especially with this axe, the leg drop thing.
Trust me, I'm known by doing that.
Hand.
Yeah, because that one match with Rye, my hands got cold, and then the No Holds Bar match, my hands got cold, and then I think those were the only times I'm talking. Oh yeah, never mind. The one time I did those Bob Humper stuff with No Holds Barred 16? No, not 16. I'm 14. But what brought you into CWA?
All right, well, this might be a long story.
Take your time.
So pretty much, I was just watching and looking for stuff to watch on YouTube, and then my brother, Diablo, Austin, fuckface, this came into my room and was just talking about how he does this wrestling channel and it's on YouTube. And at first I didn't believe him, because he used to say this stuff a lot, because at the time, because he would say this when I was younger, so I would believe just about everything he said, and so I didn't believe him with this. And then he showed me, and I figured, since I really liked YouTube and that's something I always wanted to be a part of, I asked him if he thought, after he showed me Missionary 4, which at the time I thought was best thing I've ever seen, because
that's when we first started.
Yeah, and then I asked him if there's a possibility he could ask whoever's house that was, if I could come and see a match or something, or an event. And next thing I know, I think a couple days later, he told me that Steven said that it was fine, and I was just like, I honestly didn't think he was serious, because he honestly doesn't like me being around his friends, because whenever I was younger, I was extremely annoying, which I'll admit, I have moments where I still am.
I mean, it takes a while because younger kids, they are actually pretty annoying, and I'm not trying to be rude about it,
Oh, okay.
but I'm not saying anything to you because I think you're a really cool person. You are one of the only guys I think around CWA or whatever that I actually never had like drama or any problems with. Besides the fact, like Ed, for example, but younger kids, and I'm not saying it because of puberty.
Yeah.
It's just that they just do a lot of stuff, like they scream a lot. They're pretty chatty.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like, because I remember back in elementary school, I remember, I don't know which school. Wait, which school did you go to? Because I went to Muse.
Oh, I went to Cecil.
Cecil Elementary.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember, I don't know if you guys did this in your school or not, but not you guys, in my school, because there was, in the cafeteria, when we had to put away our lunches, and Steven, if you want to tell me, you could tell me this if it's true or not, because I think you'll remember this. Like, back in, during lunch, because there was only one teacher in the room, and when they were ready to clean up our food and stuff, they told us to raise our hands. So it's like, hands, and everyone had to put their hands up to shut up. And that's what happened. And if you didn't do that, then they would put you into the corner, and then it's recess time. They would have to have you stand like at a wall for like 15 minutes.
So bullshit.
You really think so, Steven? Yeah, I totally remember that. I think, like, including like classes, like you get to, I'll ask you about how yours was in a second, but I remember, like, if your class is like bad, like they'll have the entire class get like the amount of time. I absolutely hated that. It's like, okay, you guys lose 5 minutes of recess because of it, but how was it like that at your school?
Somewhat, but we had like those stupid little hand motions where like you would stick up like 4 fingers to represent like you were done, or like 2 to say you had to go to the bathroom. It was kind of the same, but I was like, it was really stupid on the fact we stuck up fingers to let us then know what we had to do. But instead of, like, the whole recess thing, instead of taking like 5 or so minutes off, sometimes they would take either the whole entire thing, or they would even take 2 days off for one little thing.
Here's a weird. This is a weird story. Before I don't think Joe remembers this. I don't think people remember this, but I always remember this because Mysterion or Pegasus. I remember he was in my 2nd grade class with Miss Maslonic, which I still talk to her a little bit to this day and all that stuff. And then so Joe would always like try to sneak out of the classroom, and every time Miss Maslonic saw him try to, she would always be like, "Joe, sit down." Like, Joe would always try to leave the room because I think he always tried to go to the restroom or something like that. And Joe used to fart a lot back then. It was disgusting. How was your experience back in those good old days?
Well, I mean, kindergarten to 2nd grade, kindergarten to 1st, I should say, it wasn't bad, but the fact that my first day ever of school, I'll admit I cried for like 10 minutes because I didn't go to preschool, so I wasn't used to being away.
You didn't? Okay.
Yeah.
I had to go to 2 preschools. I had to go to some thing, I think it's below, one of the churches in Houston, and then I had to go to some type of school in California, PA, right near CalU.
But yeah, so like, I was sitting there like crying for 10 minutes because I missed my mom, and at the time I was extremely clingy. And then my brother decided to come over and just like to start, like, he actually started yelling back at the teacher because at the time I think he was in 4th grade.
Austin?
Yeah, so he was about to leave the school. So he came over and was just like trying to calm me down, and the teachers were yelling at him to go back. And that was when I started to realize that he wasn't like afraid to talk back to people at the time.
I mean, you could tell he could get into it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he I can't remember. He got suspended like on the first day of senior year or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember what happened exactly, but
He flipped off the principal.
he did. Oh yeah, that's right. He did flip off the principal.
I think he told me that actually.
Yeah, but I do you know you don't have to go into personal details because I don't think none of that has to be revealed on here. But do you know what the hell's happened to Austin?
No, God. Like, he used to be, like, kind of like Steve, not much like Steven, but he kind of, like, he was one of those people that, like, joked around a lot, or, like, was serious sometimes. But at the time, like, you didn't know he was serious. But then, all of a sudden, like, he just started changing because of two people that were in CWA and PGW. Christian and Joe. He started hanging around Christian and Joe, and at the time, they were, like, extreme fucking, like, redneck, like, I don't even know. They were just, like...
They used to wrestle in their living room. They were still on YouTube, on Jordan's channel, J-Webs.
That was funny.
It's hard to explain about that because that's pretty hilarious, if you ask me.
There's that video. There's Austin with Joe, just teasing with Joe. Shut up, phone. Just sitting there, and then next thing I know, Austin's sitting there wrapping himself up in a sleeping bag, talking about how he's a fucking burrito. He starts acting like a cat, and then I'll admit, he was a fat ass. He was fat. Shut up, Chris. But, like, he just, like, was always, like, which, I mean, it was kind of messed up on, like, I mean, yeah, he was fat, but whatever. It happens to some people. But, like, it was more the fact that, like, I was pretty much, at the time, I wasn't considered a brother to him, because, like, most siblings, they don't like each other for sometimes.
Well, does he, like, do you guys get along, though?
I mean, we get along now a little bit. We used to get along a lot whenever we lived down in Cecil, and then we moved, and he stayed with my dad, and he didn't move with my mom like I did. But me and him used to, like, I used to pretty much just be a person to help him lose weight, because whenever he did football, he always...
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, he used to play football for,
Oh,
like,
my God.
I think 2 years for Little Max, and then, like, maybe 1 for Big Max, which still sucked. But I remember how at my old house, I was the only way for him to get rid of the red tape that was on his helmet was to chase me around my old house, because he couldn't catch up with me, because at the time I was really fast, but now somehow he got faster.
Yeah, because, when you mention, your relationship with, your brother, my brother and I, we used to hate each other. Like, we would always, like, beat up each other, and then once we would, this sounds embarrassing, but I'm gonna say it, anytime we did something bad, we would always run to the restroom and actually lock the door. For some reason, I don't know why. That's what we did. But as the years progressed, it's probably been a couple years, actually. We've, maybe 2 or 3, maybe, that we actually started to get along, so it's like we haven't fighted each other in a long time or anything like that.
Yes.
And my sister, I think ever since she graduated, my sister, as it goes for her, I think we've got much closer since she graduated.
Yes.
Like, it's been, I feel much happier now than I ever was with my brother and sister. Like, there's a close bond between siblings in your family.
Yeah, but, like, see, at the time, I was closer with my sister than I was with my brother, because, like, she would, like, actually, like, do stuff with me, like, I don't know, like, play games and stuff, but Austin was just, like, I didn't really like him for all, like, the injuries he caused me, because...
CWA?
Oh, no, this was before.
Okay, so it's outside of CWA.
Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna say it anyway. This
Okay.
was before CWA was even a thing.
Okay, no holds barred, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, it wasn't even... CWA wasn't even a thing. What happened was, me and my brother were at my grandma's house one day, and my dad, for some reason, decided to give Austin a golf club and golf balls and just hit them. Next thing I know, apparently, Austin side of the story, I was like not even an inch away from. I was supposed to be like 10 some inches or like a couple feet away, and apparently to him, I was literally right behind him, and he swung the golf club and decided to hit me in the head with. And I mean, I forgot where I was for a little bit, and apparently, because my grandma's like, you know, the doctor of all fucking like the world, she said I bled apparently a gallon of blood. Which
really?
Apparently, I doubt it. And then the
Well, was it? Wait, was it? Wait, if you were, would it be internal though?
yeah, but it
brain?
wasn't because you know she's a fucking idiot. I'm sorry to say, but she is. And then the other major injury that happened, me and him were wrestling like all the time because we did that for some reason, and I didn't realize that one of, you know, as I should say, Ryan's little brother ended up coming over that day and
He's annoying.
Yes, extremely.
I hate him.
And left a bunch of his toy cars in our room, me and Austin's room, because we shared one for I don't know how many years. It was bad enough me and him had to share a bed.
Wait, you and Ryan's brother?
No, me and Austin had to share a bed.
Oh, okay. Wait, one bed?
Yeah, it was like a queen size bed, and me and him had to share it.
Oh, okay, so it's not because I remember Jig and George the Butcher. I remember they actually shared a bed before. They shared a bunk bed.
Yeah, me and him do that now, but since he got, all I'm gonna say is since he moved out, we don't do that anymore. But
Is it just you and that lives in with you and who do you live with now?
my mom. I'm gonna be living with my mom soon because I can't take my grandma's crap anymore.
So it's just your mom,
Yeah.
and then what about everyone else?
Heather, my sister, has her own house. She's living with her boyfriend, and Austin's living there with her.
Okay, so they're just living with their Heather's boyfriend.
Yeah, but back to the little story. Me and him were wrestling, and apparently he slipped on a toy car, which I actually believe. And next thing you know, he elbowed me in my 2 front teeth, which they never got fixed because, again, my 2 front teeth already fell out when this happened.
Well, did you have braces though?
No, my teeth kind of like bent inward, and they're still bent. So like, and I don't know. I thought my tooth was hanging out because I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
But
because
like,
I remember back in 3rd grade, I remember I had a tooth that like stick down in my mouth or close to it, and that's when I had to get my first round of braces. And it back then when you got braces, pretty much you could say you were embarrassed, but I don't know how, but I was surprised because when I remember this so well because that we had a substitute that day when I had got my first round in 3rd grade, and the substitute actually had braces. And I actually, as soon as I saw that, I no longer felt embarrassed. So my first round was about 6 months, and then I had to get my second round a couple years later because the reason why I had 2 rounds is because I had an expander. So my second round I got around I think middle school. Actually, I take that back. It happened in 8th grade, I think. I had to wear it from like 24 months. So I finally got them off sophomore year. And yeah, my teeth are perfectly fine. But yeah, so what else do you do outside of your family? It doesn't have to deal with CWA or anything like that. But I mean, like, is there anything else you do outside of CWA?
well, I'll admit lately I've been trying to avoid family because I've been around them for so long because of holidays.
Well, that's family commitments, though.
Yeah. So really all I do is I just have school, which I don't want to be there anymore. I've had enough.
At school?
Yes.
But okay, I want to ask you this as well because a lot of people keep saying this about Austin. But did he actually drop out?
I guess yeah.
Did you hear anything about that?
Yeah, I heard.
Okay, so he did drop out.
Yeah.
Austin. I don't know why, but he's a senior. Yeah, I'm actually going to shoot on him if he sees this so well.
5 months left.
But I don't understand why your brother would drop out senior year.
I mean,
Like, that's just... It's just that I don't understand why someone would do that, especially with only, like, 5 months left. A lot of people agree with this. It's just... I don't know. I know you probably won't do that. I don't know if it was because he got mad there or something like that, because he skipped a lot of days of school. Because I don't think I've seen him in December at all. So... do you want to say anything about that?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, he has said ever since he was 16 that he was dropping out. He wasn't finishing it. He wasn't get.
But he ain't going to go nowhere though.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
and because my sister's already planning on kicking him out.
Oh jeez.
But yeah, so the only other place I think he could go is with the grandma that I'm living with, but she doesn't, because, you know, she thought he was the best person, best kid in the world. You know, dumb bitch.
So pretty much your family hates Austin or Diablo or whatever you want to call him.
The only people that don't hate him are probably my great. The only people that don't hate him are the people that don't really see him, like my great grandma, which I need to see before the time comes. And like, she doesn't hate him. It's just she gets annoyed with him easily because he doesn't realize that all he has to do is one simple thing, and that's follow a single rule. And that if he would have just followed at least one, he wouldn't have gotten kicked out. But
Kicked out of what? The house?
yeah.
What about their relationship?
Oh God, do you realize how many girls he's cheated on? I'm dead serious. Like, I think the longest relationship he's had has been like, I think at max maybe, from what I can remember, about a year. Yeah, that's all
The one with Lindsay?
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't know how, but out of all people around CWA or former, the longest one going is Daniel. I don't know how, though, but his has been the longest. I don't know, was it like, Chris might know, was it June or something?
I think it's almost 2 months.
19 months? Okay. So they've been around for like 19 months. And then,
Actually, I think it's 19 months tomorrow.
were you feeling, yeah, so 19 months tomorrow then. Okay. What about, have you been, how do you feel being around Austin? Do you...
See, I used to feel extremely comfortable, but ever since he's like changed, I'm actually kind of nervous to be around him because like his anger issues are much worse than mine. Mine aren't that bad, but I don't really have much, to be honest.
Well, he went off on a kid though because he touched Lindsay.
Yeah. But I'm actually scared to be around him from everything that Austin said he would do. Like he said he would do to other people, so like I'm waiting for the one day I'm gonna set him off and he's gonna like come at me for some odd reason.
Trust me, I thought I set him off once with the fiberglass stick, and I don't know how he didn't get mad at me for that.
But yeah.
I was gonna say, do you think he's coming back to PGW?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Why do you think so?
Because I'll admit, when he was here, he was pretty good. I kind of wanted to be a character kind of like him, but then, you know, started becoming an asshole to everybody, and like, it's just gotten annoying, so, and he's not, the only people that he's talking to is not even me, my sister, Roger, her boyfriend. Well, actually, I should say her fiance. Yeah, you missed a lot. I got engaged. But, yeah. And Lindsay. And Marley.
Is there anything else you want to
Can I
say?
ask a question?
Yeah.
What about Ed?
Apparently, he's not barely talking to him anymore.
Oh, I got this, man.
Okay, so pretty much that he's not He's pretty much no longer in contact with anybody.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he's not in contact with anyone on Facebook either. I don't know. I think he deleted. I think didn't he delete you guys too?
Yeah, because we actually cared about his future, unlike himself.
Yeah, I think he's been I should say he did that to me months ago during junior year, so I think I was one of the first. But I'm gonna ask you this because pretty much this is actually gonna be important when it comes to a PGW standpoint. What he's doing right now, do you think it's gonna affect him for going into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. Like, before he did this, I had a feeling that he might have went in it, but then he just started doing all this stupid stuff, and then just, like, started pretty much hating everybody because of one little argument that he had with my mom. Like, and then he just started hating everybody, so...
Again, you also gotta look at how they were raised.
Yeah, I mean, we were raised crushes.
Like, I thought I was raised pretty well, and then I did some stupid stuff when I was younger, and I learned from my mistakes. I think a lot of people learn from their mistakes, but I don't know about him or not. But
no. Literally, ever since he started, like, getting involved, like, there's a couple little, as you could say, evolutions that I went through, that he went through, so I'm kind of going through the same ones. Like, he had the interest in, like, fire and knives, and now I have an interest in fire and knives. Not as bad as it used
that's
to be.
good.
Oh, no, it used to be so bad I lit the bottom of his bed on fire once.
Serious?
Yes, I wanted...
Skylar.
So I found...
I had to make a joke up.
So I found matches, and I don't remember when this happened. And I wanted to see what was under his bed, because I couldn't see anything. And so I just lit a match, and Ninja rolled out, and I almost caught on fire.
Well, how old were you?
Maybe, like, 5, I don't know. I know I was still living in Cecil.
Well, isn't that house abandoned, though? I thought Steven told me that before.
Pretty much, like...
I don't even know where you guys live in Cecil, but I know that he did tell me once that it was abandoned.
Lived right practically...
We kind of went into it.
Yeah, lived...
Yeah, you guys told me the story.
Yeah, practically right next to the elementary school that I went to.
Wait, is that the big brown building and right next to the Cecil School?
No, it's
a little patch. It's like a big white building. Well, it
Just
was
I've
white.
been in that one too.
Okay. Wait, so it's like a little...
It's literally like,
It's
if you're looking at
past
the
that
front of the
building.
building, just go left. And it's
Oh,
like
so it's up that hill then.
Yeah, it's a pretty big hill. It's barely up the hill. Like, it's right past that building. It's actually a really big house. It would be a nice house if they took care of it, but it looks like the fucking backside of an asshole.
Well, is it old?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Dude, you should see the fucking kitchen nowadays.
Oh, that was because of our grandma and our aunt, because it was pretty bad. My grandma still doesn't know how to cook, because she would make stuff, and my aunt, which would literally eat that stuff, and it had mold on it.
Dude, you see the kitchen? It's covered.
That is
I
gross.
Refrigerator.
Luckily, I got a new fridge for like $1,800.
The worst part is
I probably shouldn't say it, but oh well.
There was still a lot of stuff in that house that could have been used, but
Yeah,
I mean, I was gonna say George's house recently got abandoned a couple of years back because of the moving and stuff.
they were gonna try to fix it back up and put it for sale, but then they
Well,
realized...
the bank probably owns it by now.
Yeah.
Because they own George's old house in Muse. From what I heard.
Yeah, but it's just...
But how does since you talked about your past, being around your brother and your family and stuff like that, how did PGW or CWA affect you as a person?
Well, ever since my grandpa passed away, and he was like the one thing that made me like happy, like since there's something that I could do that I actually liked doing, because I loved watching WWE with my dad, because that was our thing that we would always do, and then
Who do you think's winning the Rumble?
Wow, way to change topic.
I like to add a little bit of stuff in between.
I'm not sure. I haven't.
Watched it lately.
The last time I watched it was maybe a week or two ago. I know I'm trying to get back onto it, but it's just
meh.
I barely ever get to watch TV anymore. I'm always on my, because I have nothing else to do, so I'm always on my phone. That's it.
You don't go out and do stuff. You just stay home the entire day.
If I was actually allowed to go places and didn't have Hitler as my grandma, I would go places, but I can't. She barely even trusts me to go down to a park when she lives
So you can't walk around Canonsburg by yourself.
She doesn't trust me. She thinks I'm
Okay.
gonna do stuff.
Well, do you consider your family trustworthy though?
Barely.
Really? Yeah.
There's like nobody in there that I can really trust.
It's fine. That was just my mouse button.
I don't know.
But,
Like, there's
yeah.
like barely anyone I trust besides my other grandma that isn't bad. I love her. And I mean, I can kind of trust my sister. Kind of. Don't look at me like that.
Well, how do you feel though about being an uncle?
I mean, that I like it because it's the fact that I can say that I am.
Because you're pretty young to be an uncle.
Do you think? But it's annoying for how clingy the little midget is.
I want to ask you this. This is probably going to sound bad, because you know that Ed's Akumu's list of whores. Do you consider Piper a whore?
I guess you could say that because you don't realize how many times she fucking lifts my shirt up and starts playing with my fucking belly button. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then she does this weird stuff, and she's always for some reason like. Sometimes to keep her entertained, I kind of wrestle with her, and then one day she just bends over, and I'm so confused on what she's doing.
I'm done.
And she always bends down when I'm facing her, and she just bends down. She's clearly been watching her mom too much, but I mean, literally,
Okay.
it's like.
Okay.
Because I mean, literally, that's the only time you ever like. I've been over to my sister's house. All you ever hear is arguing or fucking moaning in the other room. That's all you ever hear. And the worst part is not even the infant knows what sex toys are, because my sister doesn't know how to hide them.
It's a toy rocket.
Literally, she puts them in the most obvious place. She puts them under the bed. When you put them in a high spot.
I mean, get those like.
So, Shane, what are you getting at here?
I was gonna say, get those like. Does she even have like those little like locks where it's like the child can't even get into like a cabinet?
Apparently she did, but Austin apparently did something with them.
Well, she's gonna need to get that then.
So, what are you implying she does with these toys, Shane?
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I already know Heather's using them. But
Like once the child learns like how to like let's say the alphabet, the child will be like P is for pee pee.
I mean,
But we'll go continue.
but so I'm over there while she's in the shower and her boyfriend is working on the car. Meanwhile, I can hear.
Could be Austin.
He wasn't even there. But I mean, maybe.
You read Austin and Roger going at it?
Maybe. Apparently, they almost did a couple days ago. Don't ask.
Bam, Roger has syphilis.
Why no? Let's get onto this topic.
But, like, next thing, I was just entertaining her, and she starts crawling away me while she knows how to walk, like being on her hands and knees, I guess. But she crawls under the bed, and she comes out with a big fucking purple dildo. And the worst part is,
What?
it was wet. So I don't know if she did, or, Heather decided to just, have a little fun right before she, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe she was looking at the tip, I don't know.
Okay. I think we can move on from this.
Yeah.
So pretty much you could say PGW is more appropriate.
Yeah.
Probably more appropriate for children, even though there's brutality. It's probably more appropriate.
I mean, then you got Chris talking about grandmas, strokes,
yeah.
and Milky Ways.
Yeah. But back in Missionary 30, like you began, like you said in the beginning, about your family, like I said earlier, and then now you're doing stuff here in PGW, and actually you're getting a bigger push than probably some people have in PGW, like Billy, which, like I said in the last episode, I like to get him on the show in the future.
Oh yeah, he's also somebody that I kind of wanted to work with because, yeah, that's what, because he was the person who kind of helped me learn stuff because after I was told I possibly would be.
Like, do you see him coming back though? Because of what's transpired.
I don't know. It's
like, I think if I get him on the show, I think it's perfect timing because it seems like it's starting to cool down a little bit.
yeah, but like he's taught me like the simple little things I needed to figure out. Like he taught me like at the time what the most common move was. He taught me the suplex, like drop kicking.
Yeah, Billy's helped a lot of people. I'll have to admit that here.
And then
like he actually helped me a little bit when we were training for my match at 30.
yeah, but
Like I learned some new stuff when we did that practice match.
anyone just treat me as Beerus.
Yeah, he's done stuff too.
I mean, he taught me how to do stuff, and he actually wants to help me build the character.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
Yeah.
good.
That's good. Is there any what do you really want to accomplish here, PGW?
I mean, just about what anyone wants to accomplish to become the world heavyweight champion. But I'm trying. I hope I can get there before PGW ends.
That would be huge.
Like,
Because I don't think no one's expecting you to win the title, but
Well,
it would be a shocker.
nobody expected me to get.
Like
the
look at Rey Mysterio, he was a 3-time world champion.
Yeah, nobody expected me to get the United States title, but
Yeah,
I still really like how I ended that to get it.
the way you won.
Yeah, since the way
I
I.
was gonna say that match made you become a star.
Yeah, because I was
Like
trying-
you were not supposed to win that match, but you did.
Like, because I noticed once Cryptic picked me up to put me in, like, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a powerbomb. I thought if I didn't get out of it, it was going to be over because sometimes I noticed when he powerbombs me, sometimes his foot slides under and my back smacks off his shoe and it hurts. Cryptic stomps a fucking piece of shit. But, and then I remembered on Maniac telling me how to do the Hurricane Rana decent, not like best, but like decent. So I figured that was my chance to prove that I can, not be a ragdoll for once. And did that, and somehow I didn't expect him to fall out, but he did. And I soon became United States champion, which was at the time was the title I wanted most.
Would you like to move up a little bit with the more you improve? Do you think you should get a bigger opportunity, like maybe let's say that like the Intercontinental, the Warriors title, maybe even the World in the future?
Like, I mean, I would like the Intercontinental, but Beerus has that.
You gotta prove him wrong then.
Yeah, it's the only problem. It's gonna be hard.
I mean, you had that 30-minute match with him that one day.
True. That was actually a pretty good match. I mean, I actually really would like the Warriors since it's the exact same belt as the tag titles, and since I was the last one of the tag team members to ever hold it, it would kind of make me feel like I'm two champions but with one title. Like, I would kind of feel like the Warriors and a tag team champion because it's the exact same belt. So
Sure you ain't smoking some of that weed your brother's on?
he doesn't smoke weed.
I'm sorry, that's Perks.
He doesn't fucking smoke. He does everything else. Crystal meth.
Yeah. Is there anyone else that you wish you wanted to face? I think I already asked you this, but is there anyone you wanted to face that's not here anymore?
I mean, I want to verse Bob Humper again. That's fun.
Oh God.
But, I mean, I kind of want to go up against Anubis, I'm not going to lie. You know what? I started thinking about it. I think I can possibly maybe get the Intercontinental title, so I want to go up against Beerus. I honestly can't. I really do.
So you're pretty much wanting to challenge him in the future?
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, they made the title look new, so it actually kind of looks like...
Yeah.
Instead of being...
He remodeled it, if anyone's curious.
Yeah, since instead of looking like a WWE, it kind of has the PGW look to it, so...
Now all we need is just... Hey, excuse me. All we need now is just all the titles to be remodeled with the logo and stuff.
Yeah.
Is there, what about... Were you a fan of being in the tag team with Joe?
See, I mean, I was starting to like I wanted to be in a tag team, and at the time I wanted to be in one with Diablo because I figured it could not really be like an Undertaker and Kane thing, but like since like brothers in a tag team. But then I realized at the time I couldn't do the stuff he could, and I knew I would easily make him mad if I messed something up.
Who, Joe?
No, Austin.
Oh.
If I was with him, but and then I realized that, so I realized that Joe was also a lower ranked wrestler, so I thought it was good to be partners.
Now we're besides PGW. Let's talk about some other stuff. You watch sports, right?
Not many, but like.
Because I see you have an Antoine Randall jersey.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you like the Steelers.
Yeah.
I like the Steelers and the Eagles, like I said, because of my family members. Do you think they're going to win on Sunday?
Fuck no. Maybe.
I think
I don't even know who they're going up against.
they're going against the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City.
I have a feeling they.
I think they're going to win.
I actually have a feeling they might win.
Yeah, honestly, it's going to be close because home field advantage. They still have a chance to go to the Super Bowl, but I just don't think they're going to. I still think the New England Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl.
Fucking
I
Patriots.
don't want them to win the Super Bowl, but I don't know. Better than the Cowboys because Philly, Dallas. Plus, if the Super Bowl goes down to the Patriots and the Cowboys, I would say Patriots only because so the Cowboys don't tie us for most Super Bowl wins.
Yeah.
And no, Chris, it's not 275. It's called 3.
Bitch.
But do you watch anything on TV besides sports? Do you watch any television?
Yeah. It's the only other thing I can really do. I don't watch much of anything though. I watch
Me neither.
sports, WWE, and I don't occasionally just whatever is on that sounds interesting.
Do you have the WWE Network though?
No.
Do you wish you had the WWE Network?
Yeah.
What's your favorite match that you've seen?
My favorite match that I've seen in WWE.
Any wrestling promotion. It doesn't matter to me.
WWE's is
I haven't seen the Wrestling Kingdom match yet. Sorry, Steven. I thought I said that in the episode Z.
I didn't watch it.
But what's your favorite match?
I mean, I would say Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker, but he streak.
Wait, you're saying that match of WrestleMania 30 was actually good?
No, I was if Undertaker would have won, yeah, I would have.
I was gonna say the Hell in a Cell match was actually pretty good in 2015.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Dude, that match exceeded expectations. Like, it wasn't as good as the one from 2002, but it was still a good damn match.
Yeah.
Like, with the exception of NXT, I think that was the match of the year. Like, it was pretty good.
Yeah, but like, I'll start since I was actually trying to get more into watching WWE again. So I went back and started watching some older like WWE videos, and like trying to see what like happened to make people like excited and somewhat. And I started realizing how PGW did it, and like how they had a diva come in through like a Royal Rumble. And then when I realized that WWE did that, well, first of all, they did it with like fucking She-Hulk. Damn China. But like, I didn't think that WWE would do something like that. Like have a girl in a all-men Royal Rumble. Well, it was all.
Well, let's go on to the PGW topic one more time here. Do you think another woman will ever be in the Royal Rumble?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
It'll be funny though. But if someone did though, who do you think it would be?
A girl that would go into a diva that would go into the Royal Rumble.
Screw it, we'll just make Bob Humper a girl.
Betty Humper.
Baba Humpa. but no, in all seriousness, if there were another person in the Rumble, I would have to say Tara. But besides that, I don't think there will be another woman in the Rumble unless there desperately needs to be another spot in the Rumble match. But I don't think there will be another
Desperate.
That's how you know I need to end PGW that day.
Yeah, but how do you feel though about PGW ending in June? Depending if it makes it that far.
I'm gonna be honest. Whenever I heard that, I was actually really disappointed because I thought it was gonna last because once Billy told me that it can go on for as long as it wanted, I expected it to go like all the way up to 60 or 70, and then once I heard that, I realized that like I needed to start stepping up my my work in it and like getting better before it ends, because like if I just want like to be good in this, and since being on like a YouTube channel that actually is pretty successful, that was actually like a really big dream of mine, was to be on YouTube. And since by the way, thanks like for being on it and like knowing that it's gonna be ending, it's kind of depressing, because like it's something that it was one of those things that I kind of wanted to keep keep around. Jeez, I can't talk. Once I kind of wanted to keep it around for as long as it could go.
Well, how do you feel about being one of the guys, depending if you actually make it far in PGW, on being in the final match of PGW, which is the Royal Rumble?
Well, first of all, I hope I'm going to be in that, because still...
I mean, everyone that's still on the roster, either they're current or former, they'll be on it.
Yeah, because...
well, in it, I should say.
Since still, I am the only person on the roster to be in every Royal Rumble.
Yeah, you want to keep that streak going, be the only man to do all the Rumbles.
Yeah, because that was
Is that a goal of yours, though?
Yeah, because that was the thing I was started in. Because that was my first ever match, was a Royal Rumble.
And maybe that'll be your day.
Possibly. Trying to go through all those Rumbles, and you win it. We'll just have to wait and see if that is true or not. There's a lot that happens to PGW. It's been through bad times and also good times. But what was the best time in CWA or PGW?
To be honest, just being there and being able to do something.
So there's no time period in what your favorite was.
It was just not really. It was more just the fact that me and Austin used to do that like when we were younger. That was something I actually enjoyed doing, and then whenever he, as you could say, grew out of it because he thought it was stupid, and realizing that kind of like doing something from my past that I liked doing, it was something that I actually enjoyed, and it was just the fact on being on the trampoline out there and just wrestling and as you could say playing around, but like just doing something that I grew up watching and grew up doing. It's just something I really like doing.
I'll ask you 3 more questions before we end this, unless you have anything else. But these 2 questions here are who do you think will win or whatever. So there's 2 world title matches that are supposed to take place at the Royal Rumble. The first one is for the Universal title, which is between Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns, and then the other one is between AJ Styles and John Cena. So who do you think is going to be winning the Universal title one, Kevin Owens or Roman Reigns?
I'm gonna be honest. I think it's gonna be like. Do you mind? But anyway, I'm gonna be honest. I think it might actually be Roman Reigns because
I think Roman Reigns is going to win.
Like Kevin Owens, yeah, I like him, and he's been the only one to hold this title. So I think. Oh yeah, and Finn Balor, but I kind of want like Roman Reigns to be it because like he's like right now Kevin Owens. I forgot all about Finn Balor. Kevin Owens is like known for holding that belt, so I want someone new to hold the belt. So I honestly think Roman Reigns should win it.
And then AJ Styles or John Cena.
See, now I like John Cena, but I've lately been But I've lately been watching AJ Styles, and he's honestly not that bad. Like I remember when he first started, I wasn't a big fan of him. I'm gonna be honest. Sorry, Chris. I thought he was a queer, but that's when he started. You can admit he looked like a queer.
Wait till Stephen finds out.
Wait, you're calling AJ Styles a queer?
No, that's what he used to. That's what I thought of him at
What
first.
was big haircut?
It was because of that, and like it's just the fact that he was new and he looked weird. And James Ellsworth.
Did you just say Elmsworth?
Yeah, on accident.
But there were a ton of
I thought they were filming something.
Yeah. Shh.
But I just lost my topic for a second. But so what's your prediction? So AJ Styles then?
Yeah, I hope he wins it.
Yeah. You're gonna want to kill him after this episode.
Fucking kill you.
I was just saying my opinion.
And then the last thing I want to ask you is,
Okay.
what do you hope to accomplish in the future?
The thing I want to accomplish in the future, well, first, before PGW ends, I want to become world champion. And I just want to keep, like, remembering the fact that I did something like this. So I just want to keep that in mind and not forget that I was in something I love doing. So
I think before we end this, I think Steven wanted to ask you something really quick.
I got a question. You kind of touched on this. When everything is all said and done, and the Proving Grounds closes its doors, what do you want to remember?
Well, I'm gonna want to remember just being around people that, didn't judge the way I acted, and, well, besides him, but, like, and remembering, like I said, being in something I love doing.
And on the flip side of that, what do you want to be remembered for? When everything's all said and done.
If I just so
Seriously.
if
Go
I
ahead. Continue.
if I just so happen to somehow win the Heavyweight Championship, I want to be remembered for doing something that nobody thought I could do, and that's winning that title.
Is there anything else you would like to say before we end the episode?
Big dreams, little one.
No,
We'll
that's
see
it.
what happens.
You sure?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Farewell.
Okay, so I actually enjoyed doing this. Honestly, I think this was the best story time of the series. It was really good. You could ask them. Great shoot, and
Did you call AJ Styles a fucking prick?
And whenever I first saw him, that's what I thought. Oh god!
we're having we have two kids fucking and pooping.
Got slapped.
We have Beer Sonic Zero Sol for no reason because of AJ Styles, but again, yeah, he'll be a future episode. Chris Reckless will be a future episode. Chaotic, I would like to have in a future episode because I think it could be a very good shoot.
And Raven.
Possibly
Yeah, I want to see
Raven.
Raven come back.
Maybe Raiden. I don't know. There's a ton of people I would like to have. Like I said, there is anyone you want on the show, put it in the comments below. The next episode will be with Nathan Block. He will appear on the show January 21st. And then after that, we'll just have to wait and see.
Spoiler alert, my grandma's dying tonight.
You are so mean.
Spoiler alert, the day you're doing naked, fuck the damn bullshit.
Well, happy early birthday.
enough.
But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. This has been Storytime Episode 6, and we will see you in the next video.
This is the Proving Grounds!
The Milesburger channel. See you later. See you guys.
Did you make that title?
Yes.